Grief is a time traveler. Hey, I'm Tiffany, your guide to inner knowing and expansion through and with plant medicine. Welcome. So we experience a lot of different things as a human, right? But anxiety, fatigue, disconnection, depression. What if it's just stored grief in our bodies? Our bodies hold on to everything. It's the DNA, generational stuff, current stuff, stuff from 10 years ago that has happened. We often don't describe what grief actually is or how we experience it. And I see this as a therapist often. We typically look at grief in the traditional sense of going through a divorce or losing somebody that you love, whether that was expected or tragically. But grief comes in many different ways in our lives. Major transitions, and I'll give a very common one that we as parents, if you're a parent, often doesn't associate as grieving. When you are in high school and you graduate and you're leaving to start your life, whether that's college, work, move in with friends, alone, a partner, there's a grief that happens in that. It's a time of excitement, a period of excitement, but there's also a lot of grief that comes in the idea that you're stepping into the complete unknown. You're leaving behind your friends. Sometimes you're leaving behind your family, and it's a period of grief. But because we don't talk about it as grief, we just talk about it as excitement, younger kids, and I call them kids because they're younger than me, but they're adults, 18, 19, 20, really struggle with things like depression and anxiety and disconnection because we haven't offered them a space to grieve. Now fast forward through our whole lives and think about all of the things that we go through. Breakups, losing jobs, finding jobs, going to college, graduating, leaving our friends behind, moving to different areas, getting married, having children. All of these things that are meant to be exciting can often be grief as well that causes that anxiety and disconnection. And it's because we don't identify those things as grief. And then, yeah, there's traditional grief, like going through a major breakup, a divorce, somebody passing away that you love. There's traumatic grief that comes with things being taken away from you. And we often think that we have moved through it when instead we've just kind of buried it. And then it shows up as these symptoms in our body from 10 years ago because something in our body today felt triggered to something that maybe happened 10 years ago because our body holds on to that. And if we're not processing it, if we're not holding space for it, if we're not moving through it, when those things come up in the future, which is the present, many people will struggle and feel symptoms that they can't identify. If this speaks to you, you should go and like this post, follow us, and join the Telegram group. There seems to be some issues getting in there, so I have to fix it. So if the Telegram group doesn't work, just DM me and I'll see what I can do. Have a good one.